Aisai, Wannesid Yaibing, Chaganju Yaibimi. Welcome everyone, I'm your host Sid. I hope you're staying safe and that your health is good. Thanks for your continuing interest in this channel. Please help out this channel by subscribing. Click on that red subscribe ball in the lower right. Also, share this video with others via email, Facebook, Twitter, or some other social media. This is one way you can help this channel to grow the number of people that speak Uchinaaguchi. The background today is Ryukyu Mura. It is a small theme park located in Onna village in Kurigami district. It is a theme park that displays traditional Okinawan culture through a recreated village from the times of the Ryukyu kingdom. The houses at Ryukyu Mura use typical architecture found on the islands with red tile roofs, wooden floors, and stone walls. There are also various workshops where visitors may participate in hands-on experiences of pottery, playing the sanshing, weaving cloth, painting your own bingata, or making your own colorful shisa. You can observe master craftsmen creating pottery, textiles, and instruments the way their ancestors have done for centuries. In the center square courtyard, there are loads of traditional performances such as folk dances in Okinawan style kimono, Eisa dancing, Shishimai lion dances, and Ryukyu karate demonstrations. The sugarcane factory at the park is where the famous Okinawan brown sugar is milled using water buffaloes to power the press. Ryukyu Mura is a great theme park to visit to learn about Ryukyuan traditional culture and hands-on experiences with Ryukyu crafts. Okay, let's start. Today's topic is a review of some past Uchinaaguchi sentence patterns and grammar. To do this, I will be showing a video in Uchinaaguchi that uses some of what we have learned. I'd like to do a slight intro for the video before we view it. It's about an individual that was born in a distant area from Okinawa. He was sent adrift on a ship by his parents while he was still a baby when they learned that a disastrous event was going to occur where they lived. Unfortunately, the ship was only large enough for just their son, so they decided that at least their son would survive the terrible event. He was found by a childless couple and they raised him as their own son. This person became very famous and I'm pretty confident that you have heard of him. If I continue, it will be quite long, so instead let me just play the video and you will probably already know this person's life story. Allow me to play the video.
あれの絵だついた飛行機さスーパーマンのやんの玉屋間フェム感謝や間力13高サルビルからんトゥットゥブンクリプトン節からチョールクルカニグトウィキがスーパーマン
I thought it would be nice to review using a video piece in Uchinaaguchi that you probably heard many times before in English. Knowing what should be said in English will make it easier to discuss this video. We'll cover each sentence and you can see how much you remember from previous videos. Let me say that the translation into Uchinaaguchi was not quite right, but it conveyed a similar meaning. It should have been, look, up in the sky, is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Superman. This should have been, inje, unkai, tui, hikoki, arang, Superman yando, but let's work with what we have. I have replaced the Japanese subtitles with my own subtitles. The first line is the Uchinaaguchi that was spoken, followed by the English translation. Let's listen to the first sentence. The speaker says, Are nu yaga? This is a phrase that we learned in video 12. Are nu yaga means what is that? Are means that and is the grammatically derived form of ari ya. Ari is the topic and ya is the topic marker. Ari ya becomes are by use of the topic particle sound change rule as discussed in video 9. Nu is a question word and means what as discussed in video 12. The sentence ends with the word yaga. This is derived from yan and ga. Yan means is and is discussed in video 8. The sentence ends with the particle ga, which is the question marker. Question particles were discussed in video 11. Remember that all WH question words use the question marker ga. The other question markers covered in video 11 are never used with the WH question words. So the gentleman says, Are nu yaga, which means what is that? This is a common phrase that you will definitely find the opportunity to use. A companion phrase that is useful is kure nu yaga, which means what is this? The polite forms of these sentences are are nu yaibiga and kure nu yaibiga. Review the appropriate videos if you are unsure of any of these topics. Let's listen to the next sentence. So the woman says tuido, which means it's a bird. Tui means bird and was first introduced in video 4. In video 4, we learned the sound correspondences between Uchinaguchi and Japanese. Review the video to see the sound correspondence between the Uchinaguchi word tui and the Japanese word tori. Video 4 extensively discusses the many sound correspondences between Japanese and Uchinaguchi. Remember that these sound correspondences are general rules and does not apply to all words. However, it will help you to guess the meanings of Uchinaguchi words if you understand the sound correspondences between Uchinaguchi and its sister language Japanese. We have not discussed the ending particle do, but we will at some time in the future. It is equivalent to the Japanese particle yo. In English, it's kind of like an exclamation point. So the woman says tuido, which means it's a bird, exclamation point. Let's listen to the next sentence. The man says hikoki yasa. This sentence means it's a plane. Hikoki is gairaigo, or a foreign word from Japanese which means plane. Yasa is derived from yan and sa. As mentioned previously, yan was covered in video 8. Sa at the end of the sentence is an emphasis ending particle, also kind of like an exclamation point. We will also discuss this in more detail in a later video. So the gentleman says hikoki yasa, which means it's a plane, exclamation point. Let's listen to the next sentence. Another gentleman says Superman yando. This sentence means it's Superman. We already discussed yando, so let's move on. The next sentence. I must admit I can't quite make out the last word for what the man says, so I will insert what I think he should say. Tama yakang heisang, which means faster than even a bullet. Tama means bullet. Yakang means even than, or in Japanese, yorimo. Yaka and yakang were discussed in video 42. Heisang means fast and was one of the vocabulary words in video 14. I would appreciate it if any native speakers would like to comment on what this last word should be. So, tama yakang heisang means even faster than a bullet. Let's listen to the next sentence. Kikangsha yakang chikara-ju-sang, which means more powerful than even a locomotive. Kikangsha is a loan word from Japanese which means train or locomotive. We already know that yakang means even then. Chikara-ju-sang is a compound word. Chikara means strength or force. Ju-sang is the same as chu-sang, which also means strong. Similar to Japanese compound words like in chikara-ju-sang, the first letter of the second word becomes a hard sound, or for those of you that know Japanese, a tenteng is added to that character. Some examples are that ta becomes da, ki becomes gi, or sa becomes za. So in this example, chu-sang becomes ju-sang. Chikara-ju-sang means powerful. Kikangsha yakang chikara-ju-sang, which means more powerful than even a locomotive. Let's listen to the next sentence.
Takasaru biru karang tutturung.
Takasaru biru karang tunturung, which means leap even from tall buildings. Takasaru is the descriptor or adjective form of takasang, which means tall, which is a vocabulary word we learned in video 24. Biru means building and is another loan word from Japanese. Karang is the sentence particles kara and ung. Kara means from, as we learned in video 43. Ung means even, which we learned in video 41. So karang means even from. The last word is tunturung. Tunturu, which means leap, and the ung at the end means even. Takasaru biru karang tunturung, which means leap even from tall buildings. Let's listen to the next sentence.
クリプトン節から調る来るカニグトウィキが
Kuripton kara choru kanigutu ikiga. For those that may not know, Kuripton is the name of a fictional planet. Kara means from, as discussed in video 43. Choru is a descriptor or adjective form of chong, which means come. We will discuss this conjugation form in a future video. In Japanese, chong is equivalent to kiteiru. Kani means metal. Gutu means like. Ikiga means male, which was discussed in video 15 and 16. So literally, this sentence means the man from Krypton who is like metal, or as we are used to hearing, the man of steel from Krypton. This video served as a review for many of the topics that we have learned during the past year. If you could understand the first few sentences, congratulations. The latter sentences were kind of tough, and it was more for oral training. I wanted to provide some variety to the videos, and I want to do more of this type of videos. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please watch the next video since I planned a special topic which answers a question that many people have asked me. If you found this video interesting, please share this video via email, Facebook, Twitter, or some other social media with your family and friends. Also, like if you enjoyed this video. This, along with comments, are the only way I know if the videos were appreciated. So this concludes this video. As always, thank you for viewing. Mata yaasai.